Let's change chairs. Okay. Hey, Sam. Sam, you are the first person ever at one of my live streams of ever. So you get the prize. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I think this is going to be fun. So let's see. I should probably put something in the chat about, about how this works. I'm going to do free 3-card pulls, and then, let me get a little post together about that. Oh, cool. So you've seen one of my videos. What was your favorite so far? Career gifts. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've learned that I really like doing those career readings. I don't know. It feels like, I guess I think of work as a way that I put a lot of spiritual energy out into the world. And so I like to support others that way too. So I have a feeling I'm going to do a lot more work videos. And there don't seem like there's that many folks out here that like really focus on work, but I really like to. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of, I think I have 93 videos or something. I was just thinking I might want to go through and maybe just prune a little bit. Some of those early ones are a little cringy for me now to go back and listen to, but I don't know. There's probably still value for somebody out there. So 4:00. So this is when I said we would start. Oh, and we have 2 more people here. It's happening. It's working. It's a live stream. This is fun. Okay, so I think I've got my little post here about how this is going to work. That's sweet of you to say, Sam. It's like anything, the more practiced you get at something, when you look back, you're like, I knew so little, but I'm sure I'm going to feel that way about how I am now a year from now. So it's all just part of the process. Okay. So here's how it's going to work. We got a few other people that joined. Welcome to my first ever live stream on my birthday eve, which makes it extra fun for me. So I hope it's fun for you. So I'm going to do 3 card readings. Feel free to just put a question in the chat. And what else should I say? If you decide that you want like a longer, like a 10-minute reading, we can do that. If there's any particular deck you want me to use, let me know about that too. Let's see what I've got today. I've got Byzantine Tarot. I've got Ethereal Visions. I have Lightseers Tarot. I've got just regular playing card deck, New York City Tarot. I've got 4 or 5 different message card decks if you've seen those on my channel. I've got the Love Bombs Oracle. I have this new Oracle deck I haven't used too much. It's called Hack Your Nervous System. So it's about like practices to regulate your nervous system. I've actually done a couple readings with just these cards, which seems still, I don't know, kind of wild to me that you could actually be able to do a reading with that. But I guess anything's just a tool for communicating with the divine, isn't it? And I also got the Rumi Oracle and Kabbalah, and I think that's everything. So, do I accept Venmo or Cash App? I don't have Cash App. I have Venmo. Let me see. I can probably just put my handle in here, yeah? Let's see what it is. Oh, that's easy. It's my name. So I'm going to post this again. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. I was going to, or let's see. Can I do Shift Enter? Wow. Sorry, everybody. Let's just say this. Also, Venmo at Jan Shipka. Right? Yes. Oh, and I didn't mention that. So for a free reading, what I'd like you all to do is, as kind of like the exchange, like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, and that will get you the free reading. So let me put that actually in my thing here. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, I get really excited about my birthday, even though I'm going to be 43 tomorrow. So you'd think I should kind of be over that a little bit, but I get kind of excited about it still. Okay, so for a free reading, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Venmo at Jan Shipka. Oh, I'm running out of characters. Yeah, tarot's super scary, Sam, actually. I had a big like fear response from it at first too, because I think it kind of like taps into a different part of your brain that we don't access that often and can feel like really unstable ground. So I totally get that. It does, it kind of scares me sometimes too when it's really accurate. Okay, so I think I have my blurb dialed in now. So I'm going to try this one more time. So let's see, free 3-card readings, like the video, subscribe, $10 for 10-minute reading, donation payment for readings, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. So I'm ready. Who's ready? Who wants to go first? Sam, do you have a question? I see there's a couple other people here too. Can I actually see the names of who's here? Or only if they want me to know their names? Maybe that's the deal. Anyone know how live streaming works that way? Oh, participants. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Moderation activity. Yeah, take your time, Sam. I figured I'd stay here for like, I don't know, an hour, hour and a half. Hey, all that glitters is not gold. Welcome. You're officially the second person ever that I've seen on a live stream. This is my first one. I'm very excited. So if you found out about me a couple days ago, I bet you came here from Helen's channel, from Eye of the Serpent Tarot. Did I guess right? Yeah, she's so great. And I feel so grateful because, well, obviously, like her channel's way bigger than mine. She's got a lot more experience in all things, tarot included. And so it's just so flattering for her to say, I would like to collaborate with you. And I've never even collaborated with anybody before. So I feel really honored, actually. YouTube's been way better at recommending channels. Yeah. I've noticed that it's more like if you visit somewhere once or twice, then it will start recommending it to you. It's kind of hard, I think, sometimes to find like new people, but that's why it's great to have them recommended by someone else. Oh, thank you. Balance is my life goal these days. Trying to keep things, I don't know, just integrated, integrate every part. So I take that as a very high compliment. Thank you. Pink hair is new for me. So I like to change my hair every year or so. I had blue the last year and a half. So actually, I think my picture for the channel is still blue. And before that, I had purple, I had orange before that. And I did gray for a while, which gray was so pretty, but it's so high maintenance. I just couldn't keep up with that. And then just did like bleach blonde. I don't know. I like to change it up. It's fun for me. It's kind of like a creative outlet. Although I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing it because hair dye is super bad for you, super toxic, and I'm starting to react to it a bit. I'm pretty sensitive. Shocker, I know. Tarot reader with sensitivities, but this might be my last color. I'm starting to think about that. Why I don't have more subscribers? Well, from what I understand, a lot of it's like consistency and like showing up and posting at least 3 videos a week, which I don't know that I've ever done, maybe 1 or 2 weeks since I started the channel a little while ago. And I am an entrepreneur, so I have a few different like income streams, but tarot for me for the most part has been like a hobby. Like something I just that I want to offer the world, and I'm not too concerned about making it like monetized, But I'd like to be doing it more, so I've been playing around just recently with taking it a little bit more seriously and doing some of like the businessy things that I would do for anything else that I do, but applying those also to tarot. So I'm in the midst of that experiment, so I'll let you know how that goes. This is kind of interesting. Like I talk to you, but you can't talk back the way like a normal conversation would go. So I'm noticing I'm doing a lot more talking than I normally do. I'm kind of a listener type, but it's kind of like the Jan show right now until somebody gives me a question. So It is cozy. All that glitters. I like it. I'm having fun. I could just hang out here and shoot the shit all night. I'm happy to do that. Ooh, looks like Pop Girl. Is that Pop Girl? Gex Girl? I mean, yeah. You liked and subscribed. Yay, welcome. Okay, so 3-card reading. Sure, what's your question? And I'm playing with the Byzantine Tarot right now, so I'll use that one unless there's a different deck that you prefer. Let's give Pop Girl a minute to come up with their question. I'll get all shuffled up. So it's going to be for Pop Girl's reading. What are the blocks, if any, between me, an Aquarius, and Jesse, a Virgo? You're welcome. Let's see. And how would you know? I wanted to know what your signs were, just in case. If we get the star card, it's good for me to know that's you. And Virgo is the Hermit. What else is Virgo? Okay, so blocks, if any, between Pop Girl and Jesse. You caught the vibe, Pop Girl. Okay, blocks between Pop Girl and Jesse. And I'm setting the intention for 3 cards, but you know, I don't always get what I want when it comes to that. We'll just see what happens. Ooh. First card, we have 10 of Staffs in the reverse. So that could be like not wanting to do any heavy lifting, not wanting to put in hard work. Page of Swords in the reverse, perhaps more comfortable watching than acting. But let's get the 3rd card here and then I'll interpret the spread. And we get 3 more cards. Bottom of the deck is 2 of Swords in the reverse. Let's see what else we got. 5 of Swords in the reverse. You'd think my deck is upside down. Is my deck upside down? Just double checking. No, it's not. Ace of Cups in the reverse. And the World card, the Cosmos card in this deck. So, okay, blocks between Pop Girl and Jesse. Don't be scared. Reversals aren't bad. It's just a different way to communicate the message. Like 5 of Swords, for example, in the reverse, or 10 of Wands in the reverse. Like those are really good really good energies. You don't want to see those face up. Okay. So what's the block here? The main block that's coming through is this person feels like this is over, and that's coming through as a block. So there's some reason, like some mental process that this person has gone through that has led them to believe that there's no way to bring this back, or there's no way to build this further, or maybe it would involve things that they feel like they don't have the skills to do, or that they aren't prepared for. They're not prepared to put in like that level of hard work, maybe something like that. And I think with this Ace of Cups in reverse, what I'm getting with this is I think this person believes that you don't love them for some reason. This is reminding me of a reading I did this week. I've done a lot of readings this week, but it was one that posted today, the message cards only reading. And there was a reading in there that talked about how some people are very growth oriented and want to talk about like, here's what I see how you could improve in life, or here's what I noticed that maybe you need support in. And some other people don't ever want to have a conversation about anything negative about themselves. They feel like that, like if you love somebody, it's almost like you just don't see anything bad about them or ever bring up any criticism or anything that could feel like criticism. And I'm almost getting that maybe this person's kind of in that camp where something went wrong, and because something didn't go perfectly, they're like, oh well, that means this just isn't meant to be, or this shouldn't be the way it is. So maybe that's the mental block. Like they don't realize that, oh, any good relationship is going to require some investment. Yeah. So I really want to dig into more to this. I want to try to stay faithful to the 3-card reading. I'm just going to ask for one card about, because this block to me looks like it's entirely on their side. I'm not seeing anything really showing up on your side. So I'm just going to pull for one card for that. First reading, I'm already doing 6 cards. Oh, that's okay. 10 of coins in the reverse. So block on that. For you, 10 of coins in the reverse would be basically like there's some areas in your life where you could be happier and feel more like there's some need for like happiness and connection that you're in a way looking to have this relationship fulfill for you, which is a normal human experience. And it's more than it is healthy for the relationship. I'll be honest, I did tell him a lot of harsh things about himself when I wanted him in my energy. Yeah, that could be, I think this person will eventually see that as, an active investment, but they're not seeing it that way right now. So I think that's your reading, Pop Girl. Thank you. What do we have happening here? Tarot Destroyer. My goodness. How do I kick this person out? Remove. Trash can. Did that work? Do I have to go to participants? Put user in timeout. Hide user on this channel. Can I do all the blocking things? Let's see. Put user in timeout for 24 hours. Confirm. Sorry, everybody. You're welcome, Pop Girl. Yeah, that was a lot of spam, right? Hi, Ellen. Thanks for coming by. Yikes. Tarot Destroyer. My goodness. Okay. And I just want to tap in and see if there's anything else from Pop Girl's reading, because I got distracted there with the crazy amount of messages from Tarot Destroyer there for a second. Yeah, I'm just getting like majority of the block. Like I really sense in you like an openness to the relationship, to working things out. And on their side, that would require them to face themselves to a degree that they're not willing to right now. So I'm sure it feels like personal rejection. It's actually rejection of themselves. Like it's too much. It's too overwhelming for them to see themselves in that light. And so they just they won't engage. So in order to be able to come back to you, that work will have to happen for themselves separately somewhere else, where they're more willing to like look at themselves in a more, I would say, accurate light, or to also see their shadow side. Yes, trolls back under the bridge. I like that, Ellen. Okay, so can someone tell me, so Ellen, so you just joined, can you see the thing at the very top? Well, actually, I should just post it again because there's all that Tarot Destroyer nonsense going on. So here's how it works today. I just finished a reading for Pop Girl, so whoever would like to go next, feel free to just put your reading in the chat, your question in the chat. And yeah, I think that's everything. Hey, this is kind of fun. Yeah, pop girl. I was kind of getting that vibe with that person that it's like um they don't have a very accurate view of life or of themselves. Like I think they they are a lot better than they are, and not like in a totally rude way. Like none of us has a perfectly accurate self-image, but his or theirs, yeah, is a little inflated, and also willingness and how much like you have to work in life to get by or in relationships to get by is also a little bit off. So okay, Ellen. Yeah, anything spirit wants you to know. Cool. And any particular deck you'd want me to use? I was just using the Byzantine Tarot, but I'm feeling like switching. I think I'll do Reader's Choice. I'm gonna pick up the Ethereal Visions Tarot by Matt Hughes. I don't know if you've seen this one. It's a beautiful one. So, hi Faith, welcome. And Ellen and Faith, did you both like the video and subscribe to the channel? Please and thank you for your reading. Oh, I'm not gonna like police that for anybody, but I would just hope that you would, honor that request. Thanks so much. Okay, so for Ellen, anything Spirit wants Ellen to know. And we'll see if we get a 3-card reading. First, we have the Tower. I'm so interested to see what cards we have with this. It means so many things. Next, we have Knight of Wands and the Fool in reverse. And bottom of the deck, we have 3 of Cups. Okay. Okay, thanks for confirming, Ellen and Faith. And see ya, Pop Girl. Okay. I really want to clarify, and I'm trying to just go with what I'm given. So let me just tap in 1 minute here and see if I truly need to clarify or if I've got everything I need. Okay, so bottom of the deck, we have 3 of Cups with the 6 of Cups behind it. And then for your 3 cards, we have the Tower and the Knight of Wands and the Fool in the reverse. So what I'm getting from this is that there is a shakeup coming in your community in some way or in your friend group. So this could be like your close or intimate friends. This could this be work? I don't think it's work. This could also be community, like neighbors or just people that you have some like consistent connection with and who you would regard as part of your community, like some people close to you. There's going to be some like rattling of the cage is the phrase that's coming to mind. I'm not getting that this is like a big bad Tower card. It's more like there's going to be a shakeup. There's going to be, what's that game that you played in elementary school in the US? I don't know if anyone else did this. Might have been a Midwest thing, but we played Fruit Basket Upset, which is where I don't know, someone shouts out a fruit and everyone has to change chairs. This is a funny example. It's even coming to mind right now. This is actually reminding me also of kind of a shakeup that happened in my own friend group here in LA last year or so. And so it's coming to mind to share with you. So there is 4 of us, and the way we started hanging out was like during the pandemic. We all met online, like with this Friend Finder app, And we met like with the intent that we wanted to have a group of girlfriends that got together and went on a hike on the weekends. And then we go to brunch and just like talk about our lives. And of course we do other things also, but at a minimum, we'd go for a hike twice a month and then all like have something to eat at each other's houses. And that was kind of like our deal, our thing that we did together. So we had like a calendar. We would always talk about how we were going to do that. And fast forward a year later, and we don't do that at all together anymore. And we don't actually hang out as a group of 4 of us at all anymore either. And that kind of slowly started to drift apart. It just wasn't as harmonious, that group of 4, as it had been in the beginning. And one of those people is still like my closest friend. Like she's like family to me. One of the 4 I actually don't really talk to at all much anymore. Like the vibe just isn't there. And then the other one I'm actually going to go have like an early birthday dinner with here in a few minutes, in an hour maybe. And we're close, but I wouldn't say like she's like family, like my friend Amanda. So I'm telling that story because definitely that was a tower moment when that like foursome broke up. And I felt kind of, actually the emotion I felt was like guilt, because I had been like the organizer of the group and I felt like I was letting people down, that it wasn't meeting the purpose, the like original purpose, the way I thought it should, or the way we'd initially envisioned it. But the way that it's actually turned out, I feel more fulfilled and happier with my friendships than ever. And so I think, to tell you that whole long story, the reason is it's something like that is coming for you, like in your community or in your friendship group. And it's going to all, like, the dust will settle, everything will be good. There's nothing to worry about here. But I think Spirit's just wanting to let you know that it's coming, so that, Fool card in reverse, you don't make any sudden moves. Like, just let everything find its new rhythm. One other example coming to mind, and that's funny about Uranus opposition. Yeah, that's intense, isn't it? One other thing that's coming to mind. So another story from my personal life. So I think this is true for all of us, but like I have some friendships that once were like very, very close to me, and things change. Like people move away, they get married, they have kids, just life circumstance can take you in different places. Like you don't work together anymore, whatever. And I've really focused this year on just letting all of my relationships find their natural rhythm, not like me always being the one initiating, or them doing all the work, or them chasing me for us to hang out. Like what is the natural state of this relationship, and just trusting and surrendering to that, and trusting that that is as it should be. There's something like that here. Like there's maybe something that in your natural state you would rather control or like not want to happen. And the encouragement from Spirit here is to let the tower fall, and you'll be happy with the result. Don't make any sudden moves. Thanks, Ellen. Oh, thank you for the $10. Well, sure, we can clarify further. So I think that was the message. So that was like the free reading. So let's see. If you want to think of more to dig into that, let's see, we're at 4:30, so we'll go to 4:40. And the first question I want to ask, while you're thinking of anything else you're curious about in particular, the first thing I want to ask is, what didn't I say, or what does Spirit want to emphasize on top of what I just shared about the situation for you? Oh, that's a good card. It's a great card. So we have 6 of Wands. So yeah, again, like everything's fine. Everything's going to turn out just the way it needs to. There's nothing to control, nothing to lose. Judgment card on the bottom of the deck with the Empress behind that. Are you kidding? Yeah, this is, I'm not going to say it's going to like feel like a good tower, but it's a necessary rebalancing, and there's nothing to be concerned about. Okay, and some advice for Ellen's life path and purpose. So, okay, so I'll still use the Ethereal Visions for this, and I'm also going to grab my trusty messages deck, career messages deck. And hello, is it Zhao? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right. Any messages towards your next 3 months? Yes, so I'll get you at around 40 after the hour. I'm doing an extended for Ellen right now. So advice on life path and purpose for Ellen. Oops, sorry, Joe. I mean, you're after Faith. Faith was next. So advice on life path and purpose for Ellen. We have 8 of Cups out first. So there's something you're doing right now that needs to be left behind, either emotionally or in the physical. 4 of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles, both in reverse, because it's never going to get you the belonging and stability that you want. But I think this is more clear. This is more for you to be able to trust what's coming next in the reading, because you knew all that already, didn't you? I think you did. Empress in reverse. And it can never support you being in the energy you want to be in, which is creative. What's another word for how the Empress is? Nurturing, not exactly that. Generative, prolific. It can't support you in that. So advice for life path and purpose for Ellen. We have the Chariot in reverse out next. And King of Pentacles in reverse. So I've got those two. And let me see what we've got for you here. We have middle management came out. We have go solo in reverse. We have relationship building. I want to clarify that because it kind of flopped, like it wasn't sure if it wanted to be upright or not. And let's see what else. And I'm bitter about a problem I have with you. Let me quick clarify relationship building, and then we'll get into your message. Ten of Cups on the bottom of this deck. A relationship building was clarified by the Queen of Wands. Okay, so advice for you is, with the Chariot in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse, that there's something throwing you off balance where you currently are. You're so close to being in that King of Pentacles and Chariot upright energy, which means like you have both sides of you, like all cylinders firing. So the feminine side, which is like the receptive, creative side, as well as the masculine side, like making things happen, driving things forward. But there's just something about your current environment that doesn't balance that. And so what I'm getting actually is that the environment you're working in is almost more important than the task that you're doing. I'm not getting anything that's saying like kind of work to me. So this would be, so an example would be like, let's say you're a salesperson. It doesn't matter what you're selling. It matters where you're selling it and who you're selling it around. And so this would be like, if you've been solo and an entrepreneur, this is saying time to find work with a company. If you've been working in a company, this current company has taught you everything you need to know about what you don't want in terms of the company to work for. I think you've probably learned a lot in terms of, qualities that don't work for you. You need the right professional nest. with this, I'm bitter about a problem I have with you. I don't think anybody's saying this to you, but there's people, I think there's like just backbiting or people that can't have like a productive conversation and do some repair at your current job. And I think that's something that you have some skill in with the relationship building and the Queen of Wands. It's like you don't have the freedom to just be with people the way that you would naturally want to be in your current environment. And that's a big problem with it. It makes you feel stifled. It throws this chariot off balance, and doesn't allow you to be in that like stable and grounded energy. With the middle management card, I hear, again, I'm getting like, I'm just thinking like organization. It doesn't even have to be big. It could be like 10 employees. That doesn't matter. The size doesn't matter, but it's more about your role within the system. When I think of middle management, I think of the person that like everybody talks to from all levels, right? Like you have the connection with the higher ups and you know how to speak their language and how to be like a supportive partner to them. And then you have the people that you're supervising and you have to be a safe place for them. And then you have your colleagues that are like on the same level and you have to also be able to be with them. So it really relies on your relationship skills and your ability to flex. And there's something about that and having those skills valued and recognized that's really important to your I'm not even going to say success because I feel like you've been moderately successful where you work now, but you don't feel good. And so who cares? Like it's so much of your life. Even if you're successful, who cares if you're not feeling right? So I think that's the message. I'm going to just see I'm going to ask for clarification if there's anything I missed. Two of Swords in reverse and Judgment in reverse. I think there's been some resistance from you moving on from where you currently are because, I'll see if this resonates for you. It's like you don't want to be negative or like you really don't like that behavior of like backbiting or gossiping or any of that. So you don't want to be that about this current place. And for some reason, that's blocking you because it's like you're unwilling to just call it and be like, actually, objectively, these people are terrible and I need to get out of here. You don't want to say that to yourself or anyone else. And for some reason, that's the first step that's indicated for you is to not be of two minds, like really tap into like, if there's one thing I could say about this place, this workplace, what's the truth? Let me just start with what's true here and tell yourself that truth. And that will help you make whatever move you need to. Oh, interesting. Okay, so yeah, so you're resonating with the internal environment rebalancing. Cool. Okay, well, thank you, Ellen. That was your reading. And thanks for coming by. It's fun to connect with you this way. Okay. And so I think next we have Faith. Hello, Faith from Australia. What should my focus be in 2024? Faith, is there any particular deck you'd like me to use? Let me know. I'm just going to see what I'm zeroing in on. Okay, we're going to do the Light Seers Tarot. You're welcome, Faith. So, what should my focus be in 2024? Well, I think focus is a good word because I literally had to look at your question 4 times to remember what it was. And so I really feel like everything is the reading, like how my energy shifts, it's all the reading. So maybe focus is something that's not as natural for you, maybe. So maybe even like literally like developing more focus could be a focus for 2024. But let's see what the cards say. So for Faith, her focus for 2024. Okay, bottom of the deck is Four of Pentacles. This is an interesting message. And we have a 4-card reading, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands in reverse. This is you, by the way, I think. Is that the Queen? Yeah. Are you a fire sign, Faith, or an Aquarius? We have the Star and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So what should your focus be in 2024? So your focus should be solidifying your gains. So anything good that happened to you in 2023, you want to ground that shit and make sure that it's in cement and you'll never have to go over that ground again. So the message I'm getting here is that your more natural state of being, you're Cancer. Okay, interesting. So your natural state of being might be a little bit more impulsive, more not about like consistency in one step after the other, or even if that is your nature, you're coming out of a time period where that hasn't been there for you as much. And so with the Knight of Pentacles, the encouragement is to pick something very small and practical and get it as part of your routine. So something that you're doing every day or every other day. And this could be, let's see, what area of life would this be in? With Knight of Pentacles, I always think about things that are part of your daily life. So your daily work, your rhythms in terms of how you like exercise, sleep, eat, things like that. I'm really drawn to, on this card, do you see how this person's walking barefoot? Like, who walks barefoot on a long journey with a horse? Isn't that kind of weird? I don't know. That's striking me as a little bit weird right now. But so it might even just be, a suggestion might be getting time and green space actually more integrated into your life and making that part of your routine. Maybe actually your routine is pretty solid, but what isn't in your routine is like routinized fun and sunshine and time outside. It's kind of funny. Yeah, connect to nature, right? Or maybe even literally going outside and being barefoot, which is literally grounding. It's actually really good for your nervous system. Makes me think of the movie Die Hard and the advice that John McClane gets on the plane from the guy sitting next to him. Like, the secret to air travel is when you get to where you're going, you take off your shoes and socks and you make fists with your toes. Random movie quote for you, Faith. And with 7 of Pentacles in reverse, I think this is like, don't plant a bunch of seeds and see what works. Do one thing and do that one thing for a length of time, 2 or 3 months, I would say even, and then assess afterwards. So if you're very practical and logical, then that like experiment approach should work for you. So go outside, make fists with your toes every day for 3 months. Don't change the routine, do it, and then let the results speak for themselves after 3 months and assess at that point, something like that. Okay, Faith, I kind of have to know what you end up trying. That sounds really interesting to me, so thanks for the question. Okay, so next we have, oh, you want to change your question. Okay, any messages towards my professional path? I'm just making sure you're next, right? Yeah. Any messages towards your professional path? Yep. Let's see. I actually want to use my Enneagram Oracle deck for your reading. That's what's speaking to me. So any messages towards your professional path for Joe? Here we go. Felt like I was waiting a very long time, and then here they came. Bottom of the deck, we have prayer posture is love, Enneagram type 2. Lost messages of type 1, you are good in reverse. I'll explain that in a minute. Gift of type 4, beauty, authenticity, creativity in reverse. Childhood wound of self-sacrifice, upright, type 2. So we have 2 type 2 cards. With the you are good in reverse, I'm getting like, you're good. You're good at a lot of things, actually. I think the problem for you is maybe like picking the thing of your many interests, perhaps. And so career advice, career next steps. There's something here about your professional decisions having been made primarily because of other people. Maybe you picked a career based on what your parents suggested you should do, or even like a guidance counselor in high school or something like that, or a partner, or what provides for your family, let's say, or what fits with your schedule so that you can support your kids' school schedules or calendars. The encouragement here, actually, I don't know how helpful this is going to be to you, but this is the messages coming through. Like, don't think about how it actually is going to impact anybody else. Think about what you actually want to do. Like, when you think about what do I want to do for a career, what actually comes up? What do I love to do? If I were to actually work doing what I want to put out in the world, and not because of or for anyone else, not for self-sacrifice, not for investment in anyone else, just for me. If I did this just for me, what would I do? So I'm just going to pull one more card to see if I can get a little bit more just on that question. So Spirit, what would you actually suggest if Joe was to do exactly what they wanted to do? What would that be? Okay, interesting. We have do the right thing in reverse. So this is where you participate in the reading, I think. So there's something, you've gotten some message about like what the right thing to do is. This is reminding me of, so I had a friend who, very academic, very successful in school, went to University of Chicago, which is a very, very good school, and then got into a doctoral program for medicine. And 2 years in was like, oh, I don't like this. I don't want to do this. And so was trying to figure out, like, what do I do now? Well, the right thing would be to continue to finish that degree, to get the PhD or whatever, to become a doctor, and then figure it out because you've already invested all this in med school or whatever. But what that person ended up doing is totally changing gears and becoming a teacher, which most people in that person's life, if they were very like, I don't know, or money minded or success minded, would be like, you were going to be a doctor and now you're teaching elementary school. Why would you ever do that? But that person's happy doing that. And that was their vocation, what they wanted to put out in the world. So there's some block coming up for you around like the thing that you should do, or that makes the most sense, or would be the conventional wisdom about what to do. it's not that thing. And that's why it's hard, when it's not that thing. So I hope that resonates. Joe, thanks for your question and thanks for the like and subscribe. The last thing I'd say about that is it's interesting. You didn't say this in your question, but what was coming through as I was reading the cards is that you're looking to make a big change in your professional path, but you didn't say that. So I hope that's true because that's what came through. All right. And I think we have All That Glitters is next, and then Sam. Right? Am I getting the answer right? Give me a second here. Oh no, Sam was next. And then All That Glitters is not gold. Okay. Sam or All That Glitters, let me know if there's a deck you want to use. Your role and purpose in life. Glad we're keeping it simple for a 3-card reading. I'm just teasing. Like I think it's interesting. Yep, no problem, Sam. Some people just get very like they see a deck on the channel and they really want to do that. So okay. Role and purpose in life. Which deck do I want to use? I think I want to use Love Bombs for you, Sam. So Sam, role, purpose in life. Oh, I might need to do some clarifying. What is happening with this read? I'm sure that's not very reassuring, Sam, but don't worry. Okay, we've got, I always look forward to seeing you in reverse. We have, I admire your integrity in reverse. We have, I admire your patience. And I admire your constant growth and learning in reverse. And bottom of the Love Bombs deck, thank you for everything you do. You are appreciated. So, okay, let me drop in and interpret this. I was just checking to see if you said which pile you picked, but I'm getting an inkling. Okay. So your role or purpose in life, Sam, is it's going to sound simple, and I feel like you already know this, and maybe that's why you sometimes think it should be bigger or something different than this, but this is really it. It's to do what makes you feel good, actually, not to deliver some massive work product, not to show up for others and support them in the ways that they need. It's literally to trust your body, like your actual energy body, your physical body tells you the truth. I would say that even though I think you're very friendly, consistent, like go with the flow, patient person, you have a very clear inner knowing about things. And maybe most of the time, like you're happy to just kind of go with the flow and let things be as they are. But there are a few places where you get a very strong yes or no, and you get it like energetically and in your body. And so your role or purpose in life is to trust that, to be closer to that than ever, to let that clear yes or no in you guide you. And in that way, you're a teacher to everyone around you, but that's also not your purpose. It's not like it's about you being a teacher. Like, yes, other people learn from you about that, but it's not the point. There's something important about it just being for you. Like, the point of your life actually is for you to enjoy your life, for you to be like, I'm getting chills as I'm saying that, which to me is usually like, a confirmation. Your life is for no one else. It's for you to enjoy. It's for you to really, really be here and take your spot at the table. And your spot at the table is, I'm here. I'm not here to do anything. I'm not here to be any kind of way. I'm here to live. And if things aren't my vibe, then I'll go do something else. And that's enough. And I'm enough. Like, embodying that is your mission. Let me just see if there's anything I missed. Sam. This reminds me of, I don't know if this annoys people that I talk about the Enneagram so much, because I really have no sense of how many people know the Enneagram on my channel. But I'm about to talk about the Enneagram again. And for you, Sam, I'm getting like, whether or not you are an Enneagram type 9, I'm getting like Enneagram type 9 vibes, which type 9s come to teach us about like unity, harmony, like connection, peace on the planet, what it means to truly go with the flow and be aligned with the universe and with life and with my own life. And because they're so fluid that way, and I guess is kind of Cancer in a way too. There's some carryover there. Because it feels like you're not directing that. It feels like you're going along. There can be this mistaken belief for 9s, like I'm nobody special. Like I'm just like everybody else. I'm just one of the crowd. I'm easy to overlook. Like I'm no big deal. And this reading's coming through to remind you that actually you're unforgettable because of this quality that you have. And it's not what you say, it's not what you do, it's the vibe that you bring. It's literally like, don't let this creep you out. People remember your presence, like your body, your physicality is what people are impacted by. You don't have to say a word. So that was your reading, Sam. I hope it resonated for you. Okay, and All That Glitters. All That Glitters wants, I think you're talking about this deck, my trusty, the first deck I learned to read cards on. This is the OG deck on the Clarity Tarot channel for sure. Okay, and your question is developing your spirituality. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sorry, one second. I just want to check something. Okay. Developing your spirituality for All That Glitters. I'm getting a correction in the question from Spirit. The question should be rephrased to how can you deepen your connection with your higher power? With Spirit is what I heard. I don't know if you resonate. Okay. First out, we have Knight of Swords, Jack of Spades, Nine of Swords, Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords at the bottom. Ooh, all the glitters has got some shit to say. So to deepen your connection with your higher power, with the Spirit, I'm gonna do a little channeling on this one. So the thing that's missing here for you is something around authenticity. You're holding back in terms of what you feel like is acceptable to say and still be spiritual. You're holding back both in terms of how you talk to others, but also how you talk to your higher power. Your higher power doesn't need fancy words or scripts or, meditations. They need the 4-letter words. They need the rawness. They need your anxiety and depression if it's coming up for you. They need your frustration, your groaning, to use a biblical word. This is reminding me, I don't know if you have any connection to Christianity, either in like a past religious expression, but this is reminding me of the Psalms, which is a book in the Bible. It's the biggest book of the Bible, and it's basically poems from really pissed off people for the most part, and joyful people sometimes too. But a lot of times it's just like, God, this sucks, and you suck, and what is this world all about? And so what's indicated here for you is more of that, more rawness, less like, thank you so much for all that you do for me, and more like, what the actual fuck is going on here? More of that from you. And there's something about that that's going to deepen and center your relationship with your higher power in a way that you haven't kind of broken through a particular barrier because you haven't been as willing maybe to do that. Or even if you have done that, so you might be sitting here thinking like, well, but I have done that. So it's not that you haven't. And I think intellectually that it's welcome and that it's okay and that it's possible. It's like the reason you're not doing it is because you don't want to admit it to yourself. You don't want to feel it yourself. You don't want to feel how anxious you might be in moments, or how frustrated, or how things aren't the way that you want or need them to be. And because you're avoiding that feeling, you're also not sharing it. And that's actually what blocks your spirituality and your connection to your higher being, because you're not in authenticity with yourself. Yeah. And so with the Queen of Cups here, this is the advice card for your reading. And that is to nurture that part of yourself that needs to say, actually, I'm not okay. Actually, this is not okay. Actually, I know that manifestation means that I should be positive and focus on what I want. And for right now, fuck all that. And this is so frustrating and I can't handle it. And I just want to quit, or whatever is coming up for you. And then if and when you're in that state of mind, the advice and the thing that will transform your life for you is for you to react to yourself with, I understand that you're feeling that way, little all that glitters. It's human for you to have this frustration. I'm with you. We're going to get through this. Everything's okay. you can put that burden down. You don't have to try so hard. You're enough. So that messaging needs to come from you to allow yourself to open that part of yourself to your God source. And what I'm getting is it's actually not going to take much of that. Like you might have to do it. I don't want to make a promise like this, but here's what's coming through. You might have to do it 1 or 2 times, and it's going to like rocket it's going to break something open for you in a way that you'll be able to up level, and you'll feel the advancement in a way that you almost wouldn't believe. Because I'm getting that you're more of let me just try harder and effort more camp type person. Work harder versus kind of let go. I'm in there too. So there's going to be something about really accepting this part of you and dropping deeper into it that's going to transform your spirituality. So I hope that was clear and that it resonated. And thanks for picking my favorite deck. I feel so seen. Okay. So, hey, Nancy. I think I read for everybody that came before Nancy. If I missed you, please let me know. And I just want to check something real quick before I read for you, Nancy. What I want to do is, how do I do that? I want to pick, I want to like pin the comment about like how to ask for your reading and whatever. But can I ask you a question, Nancy? So like when you arrived into the live, did you see the Clarity Tarot post that says, I'm doing 3-card readings? Or did you have to like scroll up forever to do it? Thanks for your patience, everybody. I'm figuring out how this whole deal works. Yeah, it like doesn't let me do anything with that. Oh, yay. Hi, Roxanne. Did it weird you out that I knew your name, Roxanne, when you commented today? I was like, I don't know if I've talked to her enough for her to know that I've been to her channel, and I know that her name's Roxanne. I was just listening to one of your videos yesterday. Can I repost my Venmo? It did go away. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Sam, because like I've said about 10 times already, figuring this out. I want to know how to just like pin this thing so that it just stays there, but we'll deal with it. Oops, and that's the wrong one. Hang on. Here we go. No. Okay, there we go. So Nancy's next, and then Roxanne, if you have a question. So Nancy, let me know if there's any particular deck you'd like me to use. So, and we're reading True Intentions Behind Ends Meeting with You and Current Feelings. Okay. Let's see what's jumping out to me here. Thanks for subscribing. I got the subscription from Faith. Okay, deck. Which deck? New York City Tarot. We're going to use this one, Nancy. So for Nancy, true intentions behind ends meeting and current feelings. Okay. So for Nancy. Okay, so bottom of the deck we have King of Swords. So as true intentions, I would say there was some kind of strategy. Knight of Cups is behind that. So strategy was to create some romance, to have a connection with you. We have Four of Cups plus Page of Wands in reverse, and then Eight of Swords in reverse. So let me just drop into this for a second. So true intentions and current feelings. So intentions, I would say if this person's like more of a King of Swords type, so like very cerebral, logical, strong-minded, their intention was to be a little bit more like free-spirited, impulsive, not overthink so much. And I'm getting that these are like not super natural ways of being for this person because they're coming up reversed with the Eight of Swords reverse and the Page of Wands in the reverse. So like if this was a more natural, I would just expect to see different cards if that was kind of natural for this person. So it's like this person went into this meeting with you like, okay, I'm going to meet Nancy and I want to not be my normal, like dry and very calculating self. I want to be fun. I want to be engaging. I want to show her that I can be a great time and not overthink things and just kind of be in the moment. And feelings, I'm getting feelings, Four of Cups. So not surprisingly, this person kind of forcing themselves to show up in a particular way instead of like just going with what is more natural kind of threw them off a little bit, I would say. I think they enjoyed being with you, but there was something about their experience of themselves they didn't like. How do I explain this? Well, I guess anyone could relate to this. I mean, if I'm going to a party and I'm naturally like a wallflower type, I'm not saying this is this person, it's just an example. If I'm a wallflower and I go to a party and I'm like, I'm going to tell all my best stories. I'm going to see if I can get all the attention on me. I'm going to put my moves out on the dance floor. I'm going to talk to every pretty girl. And I go to a party and I make myself do that. Even if it goes wildly well, I'm not going to feel good about that because it's not actually me. It's not like at some level, I'm going to feel a little weird about that. So there was some way that this person showed up with you that wasn't truly authentic to them. And so they had a little emotional backlash about that. I'm not really getting much about how they feel about you. I'm getting how they feel about themselves, which in itself is a data point, right? Because like they want to show up a particular way with Nancy. It's different than here's how I feel about Nancy and what I want to do for Nancy or something. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing how I want to be, how I want Nancy to see me. But if I was to interpret a little bit further just on Knight of Cups and Four of Cups here, I would say that this person is interested in you. They want to see like what's possible with you. They're liking something they're getting back from you, or they wouldn't be taking these sets of actions. So I would imagine that you could expect like more from this person, further contact, another meeting similar to what you've done. And yeah, I'm not going to read on that right now, but so let me just see if there's anything else. So on the question, like intentions and feelings. I think the intentions are to try to make something happen with you, but for some reason, this person believes that they need to be somebody else for that to be successful. So I'm not getting this from the cards, but just from my brain, advice for you might be, if this resonates and if you want to take it, but you're always free to take or leave any advice. Explore with this person, like what feels most authentic to them and what you actually like about them. For some reason, they feel like they have to be somebody else. So, which mostly is about them, but there's also things that we can do to support some exploration of that. So I guess if it were me, that's where my brain would go. Like, how can I help this person feel like they can show me who they really are and connect with me from there? So that's your reading, Nancy. Hope it was helpful. Okay, and so for Roxanne, some vibes on new connections this year for you in any form. Ooh, okay. So any form. I mean, so we've got animals, we've got spiritual beings, we've got friends, coworkers, collaborators, lovers, so many options. You're welcome, Nancy. And what deck do I want to use for Roxanne? Let's see. You know what I want to do, Roxanne? Hopefully you're up for this experiment. And if it's a total failure, then I will do a different reading for you. I want to try reading and interpreting from this Oracle deck, which has nothing to do with your question. It's called Hack Your Nervous System. I want to see if I get anything from this. So I feel like I know your personality enough to know that you're like, why not? Let's try that. So let's do it. Thank you, Sam, for the donation. Unless that was for another reading, Sam, you let me know. Since it was $10. I don't know if that's a donation or if you want another reading. So either way, let me know. Okay, so Roxanne, and we're asking vibes on new connections this year for Roxanne in any form. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, yay. Okay, so the first card out is Expanding Connection. Look at this card. Seriously, this is like a regulate your nervous system deck. And we got the one with like two people with the heart between them. That is so cute. So it says, face another person, take a deep breath, place one hand over each other's hearts. You can choose to keep your eyes closed or open. Begin to sync the pace of your breathing with the person across from you. Notice whatever arises in the body and mind without judgment. Heartfelt connection releases happy hormones into the body and increases our capacity to withstand stress. I love it. I love this reading already. Okay, what else? Oh, thank you, Sam. I really appreciate it. Okay, I have two more. We have, oh my goodness. We have Giving the Side Eye. Wow. Lie on your back or interlace your hands behind your back and lean back. Keep your head still with your nose pointed up to the sky and shift your gaze from the far left to the far right. Focus and hold on the left until you experience a sigh, a yawn, or a deepened breath. This signals a nervous system reset, and then repeat on the right side. Consistent practice increases resilience and reduces anxiety, depression, and inflammation. And then the last one we have is Finding Ground. This one came up in reverse. Lie on the floor or sit comfortably in a chair with a supportive back. With curiosity, send your attention to the texture, temperature, and quality of the surface behind you. beneath you. Be aware of what it feels like for your full body weight to be completely, reliably, and safely held. Allow yourself to become a little heavier, softening your muscles, your skin, and your bone into the supportive space. Okay. Now we're going to interpret these. And bottom of the deck is finger holds in reverse. You know what this immediately makes me think of is a lyric from a song that I really like by Kesha, who I also really like. The song's called Woman, and there is a lyric in that song that says, I'm a woman, baby, that's right. I don't need a man to be holding me too tight. So that's what I'm getting with finger holds in reverse. Not necessarily a man, Roxanne, but you don't need anybody to be holding you too tight. So that's going to be a theme for this reading, but let's see. You love that song. Oh, yay. Okay. So what I'm getting from this spread is kind of like Queen of Wands vibe, or trying to think if there's a better example than Queen of Wands. Basically, there's a lot of connections coming in for you, and it's not to say that they're going to be they're not going to be like deep and meaningful. They're all going to be profound, and they're going to be bite-sized is the theme. So the opposite of long-standing, routined, and committed. This is more like exciting moments where like you meet somebody from your soul family and you have that just like instant click, and you have a fabulous night, I don't know, out in some city together, and you're both going different ways the next day, but it's still like life-changing and memorable. There's also, with what I'm getting with giving the side eye, this is not like what I would normally think of like a meaningful connection coming in, but it's what's coming up. There's going to be several connections this year where you're going to have the experience of like, okay, like cancel or swipe or the gong, kind of showing someone the exit, or it's not even that serious. How do I explain this? You're going to see other people so clearly this year, and so you're going to be able to identify someone from across the room. It's like, you're my people, and you're just going to go and have a moment with them, and it's going to bring this like burst of joy and happiness into your life for that moment, and you're going to be satisfied with that, and the other person is too. It's not going to be like this deep longing of like, oh, I wish I could spend more time with that person. No, like you're so happy for that just like appointment that you had. And then you're also going to have moments where, let's say somebody comes up to you, I don't even know, in the grocery store, it could be anywhere, at an event, I don't know. And they're saying, oh, Roxanne, you're so amazing. Like, I love this and this about you. And you're talking and whatever, connecting. And there will be something about that person, not even exactly what they say or do, but something just about them where something will click inside you and you'd be like, nah, yeah, nah. And kind of like the shutters will close to that person, and you're energetically, you'll be moving on to something next. I don't know why that's important coming through for you right now. Maybe you've struggled to do that in the past, or maybe you haven't always known if someone's like the vibe you want. You're going to know this year if a person is for you or not, like a lot faster. And with this expanding connection, this really makes me think of like workshops. I was at a workshop, this was almost a year ago now, here in LA. What was the topic of this workshop? I think it was something about like dropping into your sensuality deeper, or something like this. And one of the exercises they had us do was soul gazing, which is where you sit across or stand across from someone and you look deeply into their eyes for like 3 minutes. That's what I think of with this card. So you might even literally go to some workshops where you have that with a few people and it's going to feel really deep to you. But I think you're going to, I kind of get the sense of you anyway as a person that you're the kind of person that like doesn't need a facilitator to suggest that. You might just go up to somebody and be like, hey, let's do a soul gaze. And you're going to do that. And the other person's going to be up for it. And you're out in a field and it turns into like this moment for you or something. So I'm sensing like mostly really great moments with women here. There's a few men coming through where it's like going to be really refreshing that you're just in love with each other for the moment, but there's no like, again, with the, I don't need a man to be holding me too tight. There's not going to be some like, the other person's going to totally accept it for what it is and not bring any weird or controlling or trying to get more out of you vibe to it. It's going to be able to just exist in that moment. And I just want to pull one clarifier to close this to see if there's anything, because I feel like this is all really general. So I just want to see if there's anything more specific. Actually, I want to pull from Light Seers Tarot. And this is for Roxanne. So anything final for Roxanne? Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I'm guessing something's coming up for you with that, but let me... I'm just looking at the picture on here. Like, look at this. Look at this person. That's good vibes. I like the fringe on her boots. I like it all. But Wheel of Fortune in reverse is like... luck not on your side. Karma not exactly. I'm not quite getting this. Let me just drop in for a second. Because I was getting a very like Wheel of Fortune upright vibe from your reading. Maybe there's something specific that you have in mind in terms of relationships that is like a goal or something you're hoping for this year. And it's I think the message is it's not going to be that, but it's going to be better than you would have hoped for. It's going to be like the thing that you didn't know that you wanted and needed. Okay, so I think that's your reading. Thanks, Roxanne. And yay, I'm so glad you came by. I'm so glad everyone came by. This is fun. I should keep doing this. Okay, so Amanda. Welcome, Amanda. Dealer's choice, please and thanks. Ooh, I get to do anything for Amanda. That's exciting. You're so welcome, Roxanne. I hope it resonated and was helpful. Thanks for letting me play with the nervous system deck. Okay, and I think I'm going to do Amanda's reading, and then I might wrap up. So final call if anyone has a question they want to get in under the wire. Because I think I want to head out in the next 20-ish minutes or half hour. So I need a question and a deck for Amanda. What haven't I used yet? You're so welcome. Oh, I haven't used Tarot of the Divine yet. Let me see if I can grab it. And just a reminder, if you got a reading, please like the video, like the live, and subscribe to the channel. I'm not going to check up on anybody or anything, but just for the energy exchange. Thanks. And Amanda, dealer's choice. So I'm just going to ask whatever Amanda needs to know. And we're using Tarot of the Divine, which is all like different fairy tales and folklore from different countries. The feeling I might be referring to the book with your reading. We'll see. I like referring to the booklet for this one because there's always something about like that particular fairy tale or story. And so, yeah, I like that. Oh, Roxanne, thank you for the tip. That's so nice. Okay. So, anything Amanda needs to know? Bottom of the deck is Fool card in reverse. We have the Strength card reversed, and then 5 of Cups upright, then the Devil in reverse, and 3 of Cups in reverse. So let me just drop in here for a second. So what does Amanda need to know? Amanda, I might just speak directly to you with this reading. So what do you need to know? You need to know that you're not a fool. You didn't do anything wrong. Everything went exactly as it should. And the fact that you are now feeling weak and depleted and frustrated and at the bottom in some area of your life, it's hard to believe, but you will look back on this time as something that you're grateful for someday. Whatever's fallen away wasn't as good for you as it seemed. It's reminding me of a quote. This is a C.S. Lewis quote, who is a Christian writer, wrote Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's so interesting to me when I get these very, I don't know, orthodox, I guess, things. But okay, let's see if I can get the quote right. I'm not going to get the quote right, but I might be able to look it up later. It's something like, we are the equivalent of a child playing with mud pies because we can't even conceive of what it would be like to have a holiday at the sea. We're far too easily pleased. So there's some substitute in your life that you've been, or you were settling for, that actually wasn't good for you. And you're no longer doing that. And so Spirit's actually wanting to applaud you for that. You may not feel successful or like everything's really great right now, but actually it is. You're in a much more positive place than you were when this thing was still in your life. And an example of what I'm talking about is, let's say, having a drink. So drinking can actually help us feel like more relaxed or help us feel more social, because of the short-term effects of alcohol, but like using that more and more, it actually creates the opposite effect. So there's something like that here, something that you were doing, or even just like if there was a relationship and you were using a relationship to like as a short-term hit to feel good about yourself, but it actually made you feel worse long-term. There's something like that here, that you've eliminated that pattern, that behavior, or that relationship. And even though it feels really negative right now, you're on the right path. And there will come a time, and the time is coming soon, where you will look back at this experience and be like, I just wish I would have even gotten rid of that sooner. It sucked to go through that, but everything's so much better now. So this could even be talking about like a withdrawal process. You might be experiencing withdrawal symptoms. And I'm going to go back to the relationship example once, because that's what's coming most to my mind. So absolutely, we can get addicted to people, and particularly like this seems to me like, well, romance is what's coming to mind. So we can get hooked on somebody that really helps us feel, maybe let's say like really desirable and beautiful, but maybe emotionally they make us feel pretty low. And so it's like I go to that person for that hit of, oh, I'm beautiful, I'm amazing, I'm alluring, and that feels really good. But then if they don't show up for me in the way I need emotionally, it actually makes me feel worse over time. So there's something like that in your life that you've identified and eliminated. And Spirit's coming through this reading while they have your attention to say, I see you. You didn't do anything wrong. You learned exactly in the right timing what you needed to cut out, what you need to do differently. And it sucks right now. And I'm not going to take that away from you. Yes, it sucks right now. And it will get better. Ooh, 30-year marriage. Wow. That hit me in a wave when you said that, Amanda. Yeah. You honestly, what I'm getting here is you won't look back. They'll get to a point where you won't look back, and don't judge yourself for staying. I actually separated from my husband a few years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Hardest thing I ever did, best thing I ever did. I thought it was totally over. We lived apart, and we actually ended up reconciling, which was really a miracle. But I had a lot of guilt for staying as long as I did. Actually, I probably needed to get separated earlier than I did. And someone said to me, so I'll say the same thing to you. It really resonated for me. And I think it's really true. I left the first minute I could leave. And I really trust that that's true for every person. Thanks, Amanda. Thanks for coming by. And thank you, Roxanne. Yeah, I did see the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Like totally not required and so appreciated. You're so welcome, Amanda. I'm inspired, honestly. I can imagine what it would take to invest 30 years somewhere and then walk away. It's a big deal. Okay, maybe me. You're up. So let me put this thing, and I think maybe me will be last, I think. And then I'm gonna head out after this. So maybe me, let me know what your question is. I'll do a 3-card reading for you. Please, I think you maybe subscribed to me. I think I've seen a couple of your comments. So good to see you here. And yeah, if you like the video, great. And then we can do your reading. Your love life. Okay. Love life for maybe me. Let's see. Clarifying question, maybe me. Are you wanting some information about the situationships you're involved with right now, or somebody new? What do you want to focus on? No. Okay, good. So, let's use the ethereal visions for this. That's the spirit, maybe me. Okay, new love for maybe me coming in, or anything they need to know. Nah. We got Strength card in the reverse, bottom of the deck. Let's see what else we got. Seven of Wands. Star in reverse. Don't worry, maybe me. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And the Fool card. And I want to pull. So this is kind of coming through as more like describing you and advice. And I want to pull a card for if you take this advice, who can you expect coming your way? Eight of Swords. Interesting. It's kind of hoping for a signifier. I'm not sure I'm going to interpret the Eight of Swords, although I'm sure I'll figure it out. Oh, okay. There he is. King of Cups. With the Hierophant. And the Eight of Swords. That Eight of Swords is really throwing me. 1 second. I'm really doing too much for a 3-card reading, but I need to clarify this. Where's my clarifying deck? Just had you. Here you are. Okay, 1 card for why is Eight of Swords here in this reading? I kind of feel like it's a mistake, but that so rarely happens. I like to triple check. Oh, okay. I get it. 10 of Wands. So, so this part of the message is saying, don't worry, the right person's on the way for you. I'm sure you've heard that a million times, though, and that gets old after a while, doesn't it? But the right person's on the way for you. You don't have to overthink it. You're doing too much. You're trying too hard. It's okay. Everything's fine. Everything in its own time. And okay. Yeah. So with the Hierophant combined with the King of Cups, that combination is somebody just very empathic, very, very emotional, and very traditional. This might actually be more traditional than you're used to this person. But when I say traditional, I mean almost wants to open doors for you, wants to pay for things, wants to go on the 2 dates before kissing you, wants to do all the milestones in order. So that's what's on the way. And yeah, empath plus traditional and respect and love. That's a good way to say that. So in order to get there, right now, this reading is describing you as 7 of Wands with the Star in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So it's saying you're very defensive right now. And for some reason, it feels like this can't heal for you. Maybe there's part of you that's yeah, I really want this, but I don't know if it's really going to happen, or you're not seeing yourself as open and available, and you're not projecting that outward either. And so the advice for you is to be more like this guy. We've got the Fool, just happily jumping off the cliff, doing whatever. This actually reminds me of is this a book? Yeah, it's a book about being more available, like emotionally and spiritually to others, and how even just something simple like looking people in the eyes. I just heard another quote with this. Okay, don't take this the wrong way. Somebody told me once, like, this was just recently. I don't remember what we were talking about, but they're like, the only women that look you in the eyes are sex workers. Like regular women don't actually make eye contact or look at you like they're open and available and interested. For whatever reason that came to mind. So there's this book, and I don't remember the name of the book, but it's about like making yourself more open to love. And it suggested that like 3 times a week, you should have enough of an interaction with someone where they would know how to find you again if they wanted to come ask you for a date or out to coffee or something. And that it started with you looking at people and making eye contact for 2 seconds. Have you ever done that? Like with a stranger? It's a terrifyingly long time. But I'm sure that there's a reason that's coming to mind right now. So I'll share it with you. But whatever the Fool card is for you, like the encouragement is for you to get back to this spirit within yourself, and that's what's going to unlock this pathway, this possibility for this new person for you. So, okay, so that was your reading, Maybe Me. Thank you very much. And I think that's everything for tonight. Thank you, everyone that was here, for being part of my first ever live stream. This was really fun, actually. And I think I'll do it again, maybe like on a regular basis. That's kind of, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Sam. Wow, you stayed all the way to the end, Sam. That's impressive. First one here, last one to leave. And thanks everybody for the encouragement and for watching the videos and coming by. This has been really fun. Wow, your first ever personal reading, All That Glitters. How cool is that? And so serendipitous. That's awesome. I love it. Thank you, Roxanne. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I like my hair right now. Every time I change the color, I'm like, this is my favorite. It's the best one. And it just makes me so happy that that's my experience every time. So, all right. See you, everybody. See you around. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.